installation of fiber internet in Clinton with residential speeds up to an astounding 5 gig. Construction continues in the southern part of town with the entire city to be done this spring. Fall in love with your internet again with incredible 5 gig speed right to your home. Click the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com. Fiber not available everywhere. Terms and conditions apply.
Breathing problems can affect every aspect of your life. Breathe easier with Gibson Area Hospital Pulmonology Clinic and Dr. Ismail Bobat, now providing pulmonology health services to DeWitt County at Warner Hospital in Clinton. Dr. Bobat is an expert at identifying and treating pulmonology health conditions. Get the right diagnosis and treatment for your breathing problem with an experienced pulmonologist. For healthier breathing, book an appointment in Clinton today. Call 217-784-2212.
Hi, this is Dr. Sue Stur at Covenant Animal Clinic, your hometown vet in Clinton. Now is the time to protect your pet from heartworm disease. We are now offering ProHeart 6, which protects your pet for 6 months with one simple injection. Get all the details by clicking our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Whether your home is flooding from spring rains or needs major spring cleaning, ServPro of Piatt, DeWitt counties will make it like it never happened. Find out how they can help you by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
News time, 7 minutes after 8 o'clock on this Monday. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded local newscast. We streamed to Facebook and YouTube this morning, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. A prominent Clinton business leader has died. 96-year-old Richard Dick Baum passed away Thursday in Normal. After attending college out of state, Baum returned to his home at Carlock, where in 1948 he became an operating partner at his father's car dealership, Baum Motor Company. Dick married his wife Marjorie in 1948 and later moved his family from Carlock to Clinton in 1964 when he purchased Holtz Chevrolet Buick. Dick was president of Baum Chevrolet Buick from 1964 to 1992 and remained active in the business until his death. Baum was very active in the Clinton community during his years in ownership, including stints on the Warner Hospital boards. Funeral services for Dick Baum are set for Wednesday morning in Clinton. See his complete obituary in the obituary section at DeWittDailyNews.com. A first-of-its-kind screening process will take place later this month at Clinton's Lincoln and Douglas elementary schools. Children entering kindergarten, whether in the Clinton pre-K program, a private pre-K program, or children not attending pre-K at all, are encouraged to attend this event on April 19th. Principal Jessica Patrick says this is going to be a low-stress environment to introduce kids to the kindergarten classroom and for staff to engage and learn about students coming in next year.
So this is an idea I had pretty much as soon as I got hired, because I quickly realized that kindergarten screening was not something already in practice here. Our preschool screening is pretty established, but kindergarten screening is something that I think is greatly beneficial for the school and for the students. So Camp Kindergarten will be kind of an open house style event coming up on April 19th, and we'll be at Lincoln in the morning and Douglas in the afternoon. And students and their families are welcome to attend either event regardless of homeschool. So whatever is convenient for them, they can go to that event. And it's really about 90 minutes where we're trying to accomplish a lot of goals. So during this time, the students and their families can come into the building. They can start to meet all of the people that they're going to be spending kindergarten and first grade with. And then the incoming kindergartners will be getting to spend time in the classrooms, just meeting the teacher. They're going to participate in like center type activities. And it gives the kindergarten teacher kind of a baseline of where are they at academically, where are they at socially, just kind of looking for anything that we might need to know as we move into kindergarten. Then at the same time, I will be doing kind of a family orientation. So I'll be giving families important information about what kindergarten looks like, transportation, arrival, drop-off, lunch, just the information that will be helpful coming up into kindergarten. Kindergarten is full day. So it's a big change for a lot of our kiddos.
As more parents opt out of having kids attend pre-K, Patrick indicates there are several factors for that, but it can create issues for kids transitioning to the classroom setting, another purpose for Camp Kindergarten.
That's also what we're looking at. And I think it varies community by community, but it's a major community issue. I know childcare is a big issue for a lot of families. If the student only goes half a day, they have to find childcare for the other half of the day and transportation. Eventually, I would love to expand our preschool program. I think we could I think there's definitely the need to double its size. I think that's something I would definitely love to see in the future.
Sure.
So we can provide placement for as many preschoolers as possible. So our existing preschool students automatically attend Camp Kindergarten. Adult may or may not join them, but they're automatically participating. It's about 90 minutes where there's a lot of things going on simultaneously. So some preschool classes will combine for preschool students that are staying in preschool next year. But then we have those preschool students that will attend Camp Kindergarten because they're going to kindergarten next.
Patrick asks for anyone who plans to come out for these screenings to RSVP with the schools. Time now for a look at this morning's obituaries. 96-year-old Richard Dick Dale Baum of Clinton passed away Thursday, April 4th at Sugar Creek in Normal. Services for 96-year-old Richard Dick Dale Baum will be at 11 a.m. Wednesday at Calvert Funeral Home with Pastor Mark Cooper and Ernie Harvey Jr. officiating. Burial will be at 10 a.m. Thursday at East Lawn Cemetery in Bloomington, and visitation is from 9 to 11 Wednesday at the funeral home. Get news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties continues its exclusive sponsor of the WECC Monticello Sages Player of the Game, announced at the end of every Sages sports broadcast. We'll select that night's WECC ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties Monticello Sages Player of the Game at the end of each game. They'll be highlighted in each WECC Monticello Sages post-game broadcast and get a certificate from WECC and ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties. Whether your home is flooding from spring rains or needs major spring cleaning, ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties will make it like it never even happened. Click their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. 3 Clinton pitchers combined on a 3-hit shutout Saturday as Clinton beat DMAC 3-0 in non-conference high school baseball action from Mackinac Saturday. Preston Curtis threw an inning and a third of one-hit ball without a walk or strikeout. Brock Wilson struck out 3 in 3 and a third innings of scoreless relief, and Mason Walker struck out 3 in 2 and a third innings of scoreless relief. The senior only walked one batter without allowing a hit. Walker also walked twice at the plate, scored twice, and stole a base. Colton Walker was 1 for 2 with a stolen base, while Jack Manning and Aiden Toohill drove in runs. In the win, the Maroons go to 8-3 overall and take on GCMS today at Clinton High School. The Clinton Lady Maroons came out swinging Saturday and rolled to a 16-4 5-inning run rule win over El Paso Gridley in non-conference girls softball action from El Paso. Brooke Reeves reached base 5 times on free passes. She scored 3 runs. Hadley Humble doubled twice and drove in a run while scoring twice. Avery Smith was 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs for the Lady Maroons. Heidi Humble drove in a run and scored twice for Clinton, while Ashley Armstrong and Olivia Haynes drove in runs as well. Haynes allowed 4 unearned runs in 5 innings. She walked 2 and permitted 5 hits with 5 strikeouts. The Lady Maroons go to 5-5 overall. They will travel to Warrensburg Latham Tuesday for a Central Illinois Conference tilt. Matt Swartz broke a 1-all tie in the top of the 8th inning with a sacrifice fly, helping Monticello retain a perfect record and held off IVC 4-1 in 8 innings from Chillicothe in Illini Prairie Conference baseball Saturday morning. Swartz was 2 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs. Dylan Brown finished 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Coy Williams was 2 for 3 with an RBI. Moving to the top of the order in a lineup shakeup, Luke Teschke reached base 4 times with 3 walks and was 1 for 2 with a run scored. Williams threw 7 innings of 1-run ball with 6 strikeouts. He walked 1 and permitted 5 hits. Ike Young closed out the win with a scoreless inning of relief, striking out 2. Monticello remains perfect on the season, going to 15-0. The Sages return to action today, hosting Champaign St. Thomas More. Hear the action at 4:30 on 95.9 FM WEZC and online at DeWittDailyNews.com. Blue Ridge scored 9 runs in the 7th inning and rallied to an 11-8 win over Georgetown Ridge Farm Saturday in non-conference softball action in Georgetown. Cassie Zimmerman doubled, homered, and drove in 3 for the Lady Knights. Addison Ruse was 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs and a run scored. Ellie Schleeper finished 3 for 4 with an RBI. She also allowed 8 runs, but 2 were earned on 8 hits with 10 strikeouts and 3 walks. In circle Saturday for Blue Ridge. The Lady Knights go to 3-7 overall. They will take on Argenta Oriena today. Mount Pulaski scored 8 runs in the 6th inning and 10-run ruled Decatur MacArthur 16-0 in 6 innings Saturday in Decatur. Eric Cooper paced the Hilltoppers offense, going 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Landon Smith and Chance Payne each doubled twice. Payne drove in 3, while Liam Smith was 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs. 4 Hilltoppers pitchers combined for 6 innings of shutout ball. Luke Martin got the start and struck out 4 in 2 perfect innings of work. Cooper struck out 3 in 2 innings of scoreless relief. Tyler Cross and Franklin Wade scored 3 runs apiece for Mount Pulaski. The Hilltoppers stay perfect on the season at 9-0. They will travel to Cerro Gordo Bemint on Tuesday. Lincoln could only muster a pair of hits as Pawnee rolled to a 5-0 win in non-conference high school baseball Saturday in Lincoln. Trey Schilling and Carson Komnick registered the only hits for the Rail Splitters. Jacob Butler went 6 in the 3rd innings of scoreless relief for Pawnee. He struck out 2, allowed 2 hits, and walked 2 batters. Lincoln evens its record at 5-5 overall. They return to action Tuesday afternoon at Springfield High for Central State 8 high school baseball. Normal West combined for 31 runs and a no-hitter in a doubleheader Saturday sweep over Urbana in Big 12 high school baseball from Normal. Braden Whitehead was a homer short of the cycle in the first game as Normal West rolled to a 14-0 5-inning run rule win. Whitehead doubled in 2 in the 3rd inning, then tripled in 2 more in the 4th. He was 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored, and walked. Chase Newth was 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored for the Wildcats. Alex Olson was 2 for 3 with a double, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Taylor Hafferman hit a 2-run homer for Normal West, while Trenton Durham tripled and brought in a run. Blake Kranzer doubled and brought in a run. Hafferman struck out 8 across 4 innings of 1-hit ball. In the second game, Sam Discarpentry hit a solo home run and drove in 4 runs, leading the Wildcats to a 17-0 5-run rule romp. The senior was added a 2-run double, finishing 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs and scored twice. Olson was 1 for 2 with 3 RBIs and scored twice for Normal West, while Kranzer, Newth, and Jackson Kranzer all drove in 2 runs apiece. Brady Hart was 3 for 4 with a double at the top of the order in the second game of the afternoon and scored twice. Newth, Jackson, Kranzer, Hart, and Sean Jenkins all hit doubles. Sam Burney tossed 3 innings of no-hit ball. The junior walked 5, hit a batter, and struck out 5 for the Wildcats. Jenkins threw an inning of relief with 2 strikeouts. With Saturday's 2 wins, Normal West goes to 7-5 overall and 3-0 in the Big 12. They're back in action hosting Bloomington today. They beat Bloomington 8-3 on Friday. Normal Community kept its unblemished record intact, scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning and rallied past Dunlap 7-5 in non-conference high school boys baseball Saturday in Normal. Riley Hendren drew a bases-loaded walk to make the score 5-4. Ryan Teeley grounded out to add another run and tie the score at 5. Anthony Gura broke the tie with an RBI single. For the Ironmen, Kyle Beatty was 1 for 2 with a double, 2 RBIs, a run scored at the top of the order for Normal. Caleb Hackman added an RBI double for the Ironmen, while Hendren scored 2 runs. Jack Richards and Luke Clunky combined for 5 one-run innings for Normal. Richards allowed a hit and struck out 3 in 2 innings. Clunky struck out 3, walked 4, and allowed a run in his 2 hits. The Ironmen go to 12-0 on the season. They will travel to Champaign Central Monday for a rematch of an 8-5 win for Normal on Friday in Normal. The Illinois Fighting Illini broke a 4-all tie in the 7th inning, beating Minnesota 7-4 and clinched the series weekend series with a win in the first game of a Saturday doubleheader. The 3-game series was played Friday and Saturday with inclement weather expected in Minneapolis on Sunday. Illinois was paced by Cal Hejia, who went 3 for 4 with a walk and 3 RBIs. Colton Quagliano picked up 3 hits, going 3 for 3 with a walk and 2 RBIs. 4 Illinois runs were scored with 2 outs. Jake Rons got the win out of the pen for the Illini, with Joe Glassy earning the save, tossing 2 scoreless frames to end the game. Cooper Omens took a no decision, allowing just a run on 2 hits over 5 innings of work. Minnesota jumped out to a 4-0 lead and never looked back, as Illinois had a 7-game win streak snapped in an 8-3 defeat in the second game of the doubleheader. Cameron Chialoy went 3 for 5 with a double, the lone Illini to have a multi-hit effort in the game. He's reached safely in 15 straight games and 26 of 27 overall. Illinois earned a 4th straight series victory. Despite the loss, every Illini starter reached base safely, but they left 12 runners on base. Illinois returns to Illinois Field to begin a 9-game homestand with a midweek contest versus ISU. First pitch on Tuesday is 6 o'clock. Junior Tanner Perry shined Sunday as Illinois State picked up a series sweep over Valparaiso 6-0 Sunday at Duffy Bass Field. Perry recorded just his 4th win of the season, striking out a season-high 10 as the junior allowed no runs and only 2 hits in the outing. The Redbirds at 17-11 overall go to 7-2 in the Valley. They finished with 12 hits on the afternoon, including 2 hits from 4 batters and a pair of RBIs from Augie Rasmussen. Greg Nichols doubled home a pair of Redbirds to make it 3-0 in the second. Since being swept by then number 9 Vanderbilt in early March and a 10-run rule loss to Indiana that following week, the Redbirds have won 9 of 12 overall. Illinois State is scheduled to travel to Illinois Tuesday, Western Illinois Wednesday, and Evansville next weekend. In a game heard here on WHOW, MJ Melendez hit his 3rd home run of the series, a 2-run drive in a 3-run 7th inning as the Kansas City Royals rallied to beat the Sox 5-3 Sunday for a 4-game sweep. Chicago has started 1-9 for just the 2nd time in the 124-year history of the franchise. After going 0-10 in 1968, Chicago ended a 19-inning scoreless streak in the 4th and led 3-0 in the 5th, but Hunter Renfroe's 2-run homer off starter Garrett Crochet, and Melendez then hit a 2-run homer in the 6th off Deivi Garcia for a 4-3 lead, his 3rd go-ahead hit of the series. Melendez flipped his bat in triumph. Dominic Fletcher hit an RBI double in the 4th off Alec Marsh and scored on Braden Shoemake's sac fly, just the 3rd multi-inning of the season for the Sox.
The pitch is hit on a line toward the right field corner. That is a fair ball. It'll get to the barrier. Benintendi to 3rd, and Eddie Rodriguez is sending him. The relay throw to the plate is late. He got in and ends up at 3rd, and it's 1-0 White Sox.
Crochet continued his hot start to the season, going 5 innings of 2-run ball. He struck out 5-0 walks and allowed 5 hits.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. That Randy Johnson-like slider. Called strike 3. Fastball at 99.
Peg the outside corner.
Swing and a miss. Perez strikes out for the 2nd time. That's just filthy nasty. 2-0 Sox in the fourth. The pitch, swing and a miss, and Witt retired. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, inning over. 9 up, 9 down for Crochet.
The White Sox take on the Guardians next. Tristan McKenzie starts for Cleveland in tonight's opener against the visiting Pale Hose. Cody Bellinger homered against his former team. Shota Imanaga threw 4 shutout innings in a rain-shortened start as the Cubs beat the Dodgers 8-1 Sunday. Imanaga was lifted after the game resumed following a weather delay of nearly 3 hours. The left-hander allowed 2 singles, struck out 3, and walked none, giving him 10 scoreless innings over his first 2 big league starts. The Cubs won for the 6th time in 7 games. They took 2 of 3 in a weekend set that showcased 4 of the major's top Japanese players. Shohei Ohtani doubled in Mookie Betts in the 8th to account for the Dodgers' only run. Ohtani also hit a 2-out triple in the 6th, but Freddie Freeman bounced to 3rd for the final out of the inning. Yency Almonte struck out 2 in a scoreless inning for the victory against his former team. Daniel Palencia worked 3 innings for his first career save. The Wrigley grounds crew worked on the mound and infield throughout the rainy, cold afternoon. The game was stopped with the Cubs up 6-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Michael Busch hit a bases-clearing double against his former team to put the Cubs up 3-0 in the 1st. Chicago loaded the bases on Freeman's error, a single and a walk. Busch and Almonte were acquired in a trade with L.A. in January. Cubs right-hander Javier Assad is scheduled to pitch tonight at San Diego. Padres right-hander Yu Darvish will face his former team. The Miami Marlins ended a record 9-game losing streaks to start the season when Jazz Chisholm Jr. and Nick Gordon hit 3-run homers in a 6-run first inning that lifted them over the St. Louis Cardinals 10-3 Sunday. Max Meyer, who had Tommy John surgery in August of 2022, returned to a major league mound this April and pitched 5 innings without a decision against the Angels. Meyer retired his first 13 before Nolan Gorman homered on a drive that bounced off the glove of a leaping Chisholm at center field. Gorman hit his first 2 home runs this season, adding a 2-run drive in the 9th off Matt Andriese for his 7th career multi-homer game. Kyle Gibson allowed 7 runs and 7 hits in 6 innings in his debut for St. Louis. Cardinals right-hander Miles Michaelis will face Phillies right-hander Spencer Turnbull to open a 3-game series tonight. Paulo Banchero scored 24 points. Jalen Suggs added 19, and the Orlando Magic kept up their playoff push with a 113-98 win over the Bulls Sunday night. DeMar DeRozan had 30 for the Bulls. Javonte Green, starting for the first time this season in place of injured forward Alex Caruso, had 15 points and 8 rebounds. The Bulls locked in the bottom half of the Eastern Conference play-in bracket, shot 51% from the field, but made only 6 3-pointers and had 21 turnovers. With 4 to play, the 37-41 Bulls cannot move up, but can drop down to 10th place. They are playing for home court in the first play-in game against the Hawks. They'll host the Knicks on Tuesday. Jordan Kyrou scored in the shootout, and St. Louis beat the Ducks 6-5 Sunday to preserve their slim playoff hopes. St. Louis managed to overcome not having forward Jake Neighbors and defenseman Justin Falk available, who were both injured against the Sharks. The Hawks will host, or rather the Blues will host the Blackhawks on Wednesday. Get sports anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Your own home without the maintenance. If you're 55 or better, a beautiful Liberty Village villa could be yours. This is Erin, and I invite you to come take a tour of our move-in ready villa. Click the Liberty Village icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Simply the finest.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.